Pokémon, a franchise that took the world by storm and defined the childhoods of many. It has only gotten more popular with time, but what was Pokémon like way back then? More specifically, how has competitive Pokémon changed over the years for those striving to be the very best? Now that is exactly what we are here to find out. In this series, Jeexx and I will embark on an adventure to be the very best, exploring through time and space to rediscover Pokémon's past formats. In each episode, both of us will bring two teams and battle it out in a best of 3 match, and the one who wins with both teams first is crowned the champion of the episode. We hope you enjoy this trip to Pokemon's evolution with us. Welcome to the Pokemon Progression Series, A Journey Through Time. Generation 5, Unova, with Black and White and Black and White 2, was the first region to not be based in Japan and instead was based on parts of the USA. It added a hopping 156 new Pokemon, the most out of any generation, and had some insanely powerful mons for both singles and VGC, like Excadrill, Ferrothorn, and the Jinx, just to name a few, but definitely was the first generation to introduce a lot of power creep into Pokemon. It also added hidden abilities as a mechanic as well as Scald, an incredibly flexible move with good base power and a high chance of inflicted burn, as well as Gems, a series of items that give a once per game 50% boost to a move of its type when used for the first time. Generation 5 also finally removed the defense halving mechanic from Explosion and Self-Destruct, drastically decreasing their raw power. However, none of these changes defined the 5th generation as Weather did. Often referred to as the Weather generation, abilities like Drizzle, Drought, and Sandstream now brought permanent weather into battle, often referred to as Auto Weather, only fading upon a new weather play being applied, resulting in many weather wars in almost every single match in Generation 5. What is up, guys and gals, ladies and lads? Welcome back to the Pokemon Product Series, and as you can see, I'm wearing the same shirt as last time, still the Pokemon theme, and yeah, I'm recording this as I'm rendering the last week episode, so that's why. But today we're playing Generation 5 Little Cup, and as I said in the last episode, this is the single most influential Generation 4 Little Cup, probably. I mentioned last time that there are 4 specific mons that remain insane throughout Little Cup, and those 4 mons are Vullaby, Timber, Mienfoo, and Ponyard. Tianfu is like slightly on a Tianfu. What am I saying? Timber is slightly on a lower scale, and then Ponyard slightly on a lower scale, and like Mienfoo and Vullaby are probably the 2 greatest Little Cup mons ever made. But yeah, so we'll definitely be seeing them for the foreseeable future when we're playing this format in the future. But for the first team, I'm playing a team called Bird Spam. It's pretty cool. Obviously, Vullaby, Porygon is technically a bird, Natsu is a bird here as well, and normally you would love to have something like maybe a Wingull or something instead of Tirtoga, but because we do need to... Actually, wait, I don't even need the quota. I'll still play Tirtoga, it gives me Stealth But yeah, the first team includes Vullaby, which, like I said, one of the, Vullaby and Mienfoo are like the Shaq and Kobe of Little Cup ever since Gen 5. Vullaby has also a lot of sets that it can run. What I'm running myself, don't worry about that, that's my rendering being done. The set that I'm running is Weak Armor with Eviolite. All of our mons in this team have Eviolite as an item, so I'm not gonna cover the item anymore. And we're going with this special set with Air Slash, Dark Pulse, Heatwave, and Nasty Plot. And obviously, something like Roost would also be really nice, but I think especially now when there's a chance we eat a weaker move with Weak Armor, we get our Speed Race, we pop a Nasty Plot. At that point, we're actually outspeeding some Scarfers even, and if Jeexx doesn't have Scarfers and is playing a team full of Eviolite mons like we are, at that point, Vullaby just takes over and absolutely demolishes the entire format, which is really nice. We have Porygon here with Trace, obviously a lot of nice abilities that we can trace here. Tri-Attack, just our strongest stab move. Psychic there for coverage to hit specifically Mienfoo, and then Toxic and Recover for any of the bulkier mons. We're just trying to be very bulky. Obviously Porygon actually really good bulk, so very good sustainability there, and obviously Tri-Attack also having extra chances for other status is really nice. Timber, I would like to go for Guts, just because I think like status is really good, and especially since I last time talked about like this being one of the last Gen 5 formats for us, like If Jeexx is still trying to cash in on burn, like it's obviously going to be really good. So we want to have a burn absorber, and even though my Vullaby is a special attacker, I still like, because of the longevity, I wouldn't really want it to get burned. So having a burn absorber in Timber is really nice. And Drain Punch, Mach Punch, obviously both benefit from Iron Fist as well, but like I said, I want a burn absorber. It's very bulky, and if it's ever guts boosted, like it'll blow something up. But like also here, if we want to get even bulkier and more punching power here, and payback finally, because I am a pure fighting type, and although Drain Punch and Mach Punch obviously cover for all the dark types here really nicely, obviously 2 of the 4 like new goats being dark types, I still do want something to deal with Abra, even though I have a dark type myself, so the payback is strictly here to hit Abra. Then we have Tirtoga here with Eviolite, Solid Rock, obviously a really nice ability to have. Shell Smash, as you saw last time, like a Shell Smash Mon can just completely take over. And Tirtoga actually, although the base speed isn't obviously crazy good, it's still like after a Shell Smash, it gets really fast. We do also have Stealth Rock here as well, and then just our selection of stab moves. But Tirtoga is here kind of as a like hybrid on like what we need to do on the at that point we can do. Then we have a Natsu here with Magic Bounce. We don't want Hazard on our own side of the field, obviously, because we have 2 flying types, so we don't really like having Stealth Rock set. Then just Psychic, Calm Mind, Rouge to use Herd. Calm Mind is there as if there is something that Jeexx has completely dedicated to clicking like status moves or setting up hazards, then we can maybe set up a Calm Mind for free, and Rouge is obviously there for the longevity, but mostly it's just we're trying to click Psychic on Timbera and Mienfoo. We're trying to click U-turn on the dark types and Abra. Like Natsu just fits really nicely into the metagame in Gen 5 Lil Cup, which is also why Bird Spam is just so good, and obviously Magic Bound, one of the better abilities ever. And finally, we have a Diglett here, Earthquake, Beat Up, Memento, and Toxic, and max speed. Like once again, it's unsurprisingly here to trap and deal with Abra. Abra obviously really annoying. Beat Up is a dark type move, and it also bypasses Sash, which I think like Sash Abra is really good in this tier, which is something that I'm expecting to maybe see. So Beat Up obviously bypasses that, and Oko's Abra Druid, which is really nice. Memento is just here if we feel like we're kind of pointless, and also because we have multiple setup mons, thanks to Arena Trap, like, and us being essentially the fastest like non-scarf mon in the entire format. That's, in my opinion at least, like viable. Memento is really good to just click on something, and then we can go into one of our sweepers, like something like a Vullaby, set by Nasty Plot on something that's -2/-2, and if they hit us with something, specifically a physical attack, obviously, unfortunately, then we even get the speed raise. We get the Nasty Plot up. Like at that point, Vullaby just takes over. So I think the team has like really good synergy there, and the Earthquake is also there just to Arena Trap Earthquake, click on anything. Obviously, Ponyard is a Steel type, so really nice into that. As with the other team though, it is just like super offensive. Like this is LC hyper offense essentially, but I'm starting yet again. I think the last two times we did Lil Cups, I started with a Choice Scarf Whalmer, and this time I've just changed the Choice Scarf lead for one of the teams. Now it's a Choice Scarf Snover with snow warning and obviously 100% accurate blizzards. Like pretty hard to actually switch into. Obviously it doesn't match into the metagame too well, because Ponyard being a Steel type, 2 of the like new ones being what's the face? 2 of the new ones are being fighting types. Like everything just blows Nova up. But that's also why we're not carrying Eva. Like I don't expect this thing to live for long. I have a Choice Scarf here, so I can outspeed and click Blizzard on Vullaby and get rid of it. So this is here kind of less like an anti what's his face? An anti-bird spam, so to speak. And I like to go for Hidden Power Ground. I was also thinking of Hidden Power Fighting, but this just covers more too, because obviously otherwise we can't hit stuff like Ponyard at all. So that's just there. Then we have Staryu here, Eviolite, Natural Cure, nothing really crazy there. Scald Thunderball just to spread status and be annoying. Hit for good chip. Toxic and Recover here for the longevity. We're like I maxed out a speed, but then we're going more into bulk. So like I'm still trying to have this be a pivot. And obviously A lot of my stuff here really doesn't want to get status, especially because we're carrying a Sash Abra here. So having a like bulky statue that can switch into status and then naturally cure it away is always really nice. Miafu, or the other one of the goats of Lil Cup with Eviolite, Regenerator, Fake Out, High Jump Kick, Knockoff, U-Turn. Just super bulky. I'm just trying to come in on stuff, click fake out for a little bit of chip, maybe break fake outs here. A knockoff, obviously there to be able to knock off Eviolites, obviously in this format, really good. U-turn, getting out of here, getting our regeneration boosts. Heal, sorry, and then high jump kick, just the strongest physical move that we have access to. It's just like this thing, just it's a Swiss Army knife, and I think I really like this set. For this metagame. And then Eyebrow still like insanely good. Obviously magic card focus sash means we don't care about hazards or any weather shenanigans. Psychic Shadow Ball, Hidden Power Fighting, and Thunder Wave here. Psychic Shadow Ball, Hidden Power Fighting, like pretty self-explanatory here. Like Shadow Ball there for opposing Airbrush. Psychic is just something that we want to click, especially now with so many like good fighting types here. Hidden Power Fighting is specifically for Poniard, but obviously Sucker Punch is still a mind game that we need to deal with. And exactly that, I was contemplating between Substitute and Thunder Wave. And I elected to finally go for Thunder Wave. I wanted some move to be able to play around the Sucker Punch mind games, so I wanted a status move for that. And Thunder Wave is really nice to click on something like Lullaby as well that we otherwise can't really deal with. I don't have anything here because I've elected to improve the Poniard matchup, so I unfortunately don't have anything if Jeexx ends up going for Diglett and dropping my Eyebrow. I'm just shit out of luck, but we'll just have to try to maneuver around that. And I'll jump here, actually, because of that. So we do have a Levitator here. So we have a way to get out of Arena Trap on something. I was thinking of, once again, going for HP Grass here to improve the Diglett matchup. But because I have, like, multiple mons that match up pretty nicely in the Diglett, like, I didn't feel like it was too necessary, especially because Miafu is also something that you can just U-turn out of there, so that's pretty nice. But it's the like Ghastly is also like just really good here. The thing about Ghastly, unfortunately, 1 point slower than Abra, even at max investment, but still, we have a life up here to hit as hard as possible. Shadow Ball and Sludge Bomb just are step moves of choice. Thunderbolt here to hit water types and Lullaby, and then Hidden Power finally for the Poniard as well. But like I said, I don't have a way to play around the Sucker Punch shenanigans here, so if he has it for this one, then unfortunately we're just shit out of luck. And finally Poniard, elected to go for Defiant. Inner Focus is actually pretty good here as well because of specifically Miafu, but I think Miafu can pretty reliably just click fighting type moves on U-turn on Poniard anyway, so I don't think you need to risk the fake out chip. So instead I elected to go for Defiant, just if Jeexx is bringing out something like an Ice Mon or an Intimidator. I don't even think there are Intimidators here actually, but like Defiant might come up. We do have an SD stat here, but most of the time we're just clicking something. Sucker Punch which is really good. This is a really good attack stat, and we do also have a Rocks here on Poniard if we feel like I don't have really moves to click. Maybe on opposing Poniard, like this is really nice because obviously Poniard does get low kick, but it's, or I guess Brick Break is more relevant for opposing Poniards that I was contemplating as well. But like I said, like because I have like multiple things that I have here to deal with Poniard, I figured that I'd instead like have something else. Like I'm not trying to win the Poniard mirror with my Poniard, and instead I wanted to just improve the neutral game, so to speak, of it. But I'm pretty excited about this. Like I think Lil Cup in general, oh that was a long one, sorry about that. I feel like Lil Cup in general, like I'm not the most excited about, but I definitely think like this is by far the coolest Lil Cup has ever been for us, and I think going forward also like it's going to be more interesting at the very least. But I think this is like the peak of Lil Cup, so I'm looking forward to seeing what we can do. Historically I think Jeexx has had my number in this format, but let's see if I can lock in for this week. But thank you for watching the Team Breaker, and hopefully enjoy Jeexx as well. And afterwards, I will see y'all in the battle zone.
Okay, so we are doing Gen 5 Lil Cup. Yippee! Wahoo! Wee! I lost all of my teams that I made. All of them. And I had already made these teams. I couldn't find these teams off of anything. So I just, for the most part, looked into what people were doing. This team had overlap between having Natu on both of them, so I switched Natu out for Vullaby, which doesn't really do the same thing, but it has a similar thing going on. With this Natu being the same set, essentially, with Psychic, U-Turn, Calm Mind. It has Roost on this thing, but I don't have Roost on this thing, because I don't think this learned Roost. It does learn Roost. I could go for that. I could, you know... But it didn't... Oh, wait, I can actually just do the whole thing, huh? You know what? Yeah, I'll do this while we're here. And then, this obviously doesn't learn Calm Mind. It learns Nasty Plot, so it's not as defensive, but still. Okay, we have Hippopotamus with Eviolite, Sandstream, Earth Power, Stealth Rock, Slack Off, Whirlwind. Lily with Eviolite, Storm Drain, Giga Drain, Toxic, Recover, Hidden Power, Rock. Bronzor, Eviolite, Levitate, Calm Mind, and Flash Cannon, Rest, Sleep Talk. I was actually intending on building a team around Bronzor, and it turned out that it slotted into this team perfectly. Like, I had another team that was essentially the same Bronzor with a different EV spread, obviously. And the goal was to use this thing for dominating the entire format. Then your Team Bear with TV Light, Guts, Bulk Up, Drain Punch, Mach Punch, Ice Punch. Obviously, this thing is supposed to just go Giga Ham. Why does it have special attack? I think this is supposed to be special defense. Yeah. Then we have Frillish with EV Light, Cursed Body, Scald, Will Whisper, Cover, Shadow Ball. It's a Water Ghost type that has 2 stat moves and a recovery move, and it's got pretty good bulk. Then we have Vullaby with obviously U-Turn, Dark Pulse, Roost, Nasty Plot. This thing is essentially a sweeper, and I'm kinda keen to see if this can do anything meaningful whatsoever. So, this is the one that I slotted in place of Natu. Snowbird, Choice Scarf, Snow Warning, Blizzard, Giga Drain, Ice Shard, Hidden Power Ground. This thing is fucking fast. It's 21, right? It's 21 speed, so it outspeeds most things in the video game. So we're praying that it ends up killing shit. Yeah. Blizzard, Giga Drain, Ice Shard. Ice Shard obviously is a priority move, so the Choice Scarf doesn't matter. It also has some attack investment so that the Ice Shard does some damage, and the rest are just special moves. And we have Staryu with EV Natural Cure, Thunderbolt, Scald, Toxic, Recover. This thing's got some decent bulk to it as well. It's got decent status spreading. And then we have Mienfoo with EV Regenerator, Fake Out, High Jump, Give, Knock Off, U-Turn. This thing is gonna be, I think, really good, mostly because the fact that U-Turn seems like it would have insane value. And obviously, any chip in this format is good chip. Then we have Natu with Psychic, U-Turn, Calm Mind, Roost. Porygon with Tri-Attack, Psychic, Thunder Wave, Recover. Stealth Rock, Earthquake, Rock Slide, Rapid Spin on Drillbur with Mold Breaker so that it can hit flying hit mons that have Levitate. That's about it. And then, well, everything else. But yeah, there's not much else to say. Honestly, I think this is a pretty straightforward format. It's once again, it is Little Cup, and Little Cup is possibly the most basic thing in the game. Yeah. Anyhow, good luck with the games.
Hello.
Can you say something?
Yes, I am saying something. I'm currently in the process of talking.
Thank you. I can now see your shit. So,
yippee!
yeah. I was making sure that you could show up in the actual stream because I changed some stuff around.
Oh, you're doing that again?
Yeah, because last time I streamed, I had to shift it so that the raid audio didn't show up in the stream, so making sure that it's not still in place.
Oh, yeah, gotcha.
Well, yeah.
So, Gen 5 Little Cup, any expectations?
Well, we're not playing Abra.
That's very fair. They introduce some very good counters to Abra.
I'm sitting here looking at like every single dark type that they added and everything that isn't even a dark type, and I'm thinking like, wow, Bronzor just does everything better than Abra does here anyway. And then on top of that, the fact that like we got Mons that just kind of shit on Abra in terms of speed and power. Mm-hmm. Like before, it was like, oh, here's a Diglett. A Diglett will revenge kill you. Sucks to suck. And it's like, yeah, okay, sure. But now it's just kind of difficult to have Abra do any work.
Yeah, it's a lot harder. It's still good, but it's not the Thanos it once was. Which is probably for the best. But yeah, they introduced some good mons in this.
This fucking generation is the biggest power creep in Pokemon history or something.
For this format, yes. For overall, Scarlet and Violet would like to have a word with you.
Okay, you know what? I forget sometimes that Scarlet and Violet.
Yeah, it's...
Which I think is...
That makes this generation look very tame, which is funny.
Absolutely heinous what they did with this game, bro.
Yep.
Well, I honestly don't have much to say about this format, mostly just because of the fact that I think it's another Level Cup format. I think the teams will kind of be interesting in the sense that we have, like, for example, Hippopotas and Snower are obviously Gen 4 Mons, but they're actually fairly good in this.
Yeah, and I mean, because Gen 5 mechanics, you can set permanent weather.
Yeah,
which is really nice.
And that makes it genuinely really interesting to see if either of us, I will be, playing any auto weather starters. And yeah, that's about it.
Sounds good, but yeah.
I was saying in my breakdowns how I lost all of my teams. So these teams are largely based off of Smogon and stuff because I was like, I can't find my old teams anywhere. And I had Abra in one of them, and I had, I think, something with Hustle. I had a like intent of using something that has Hustle as an ability. I think it was Durant's smaller form. Might be misremembering.
Durant doesn't have evolutions. I actually don't remember if there's anything else even than Dano. Yeah.
Dano, yeah, it was Dano. I had Dano with Hustle. And I was using Dano with
if you had a team with Dano in it, I'm just gonna say it. I think it's good that you lost those teams, cause.
What do you mean?
That one is dog shit.
I mean, you know,
like it is some ass.
Me personally,
it's very cute though.
I win there.
I'm sure you do.
Yes.
But yeah, I do agree, and mostly like Lille Cup it's Lille Cup. This is the like largest shift in terms of like what like just staple mons are there, and a lot of these will be staples for the entirety of Lille Cup until the end of time. So it's probably the biggest shift we'll see in this format in specifically, but
yeah, until they decide that they're gonna power creep shit again.
Yeah, but a lot of that stuff is like paradox mons and shit like that, so it's stuff that doesn't actually affect Lille Cup. So as for like Lille Cup specifically, I think this is the single most influential generation, even counting Gen 9. Because like half of the mons there are just fucking OU and Ubers. So yeah. But yeah. We can jump right into it, and best of luck, and once again I'll see you after the games.
Good luck, good luck.
Right, deafening over yonder, and let's jump right into it. So, Generation 5 Lille Cup, as we've established, like, this is a crazy powerful format, and, it'll be interesting. Okay, so a sand team. It does have Lullaby and Timber as expected. Bronzor is very good. Actually, really hard team to play Abra into, but Abra's Thunder Wave is actually not gonna be too bad here. I think it's a Ponyard win angle though. Ponyard looks really good here after Hippopotas and Timber are gone, so Bronzor is very hard though, unless I can burn it though, so that's gonna be something to look at. Snuff is also quite good here. I don't know if I like it as a lead though. I need to see oh yeah, does heatproof prevents burning, right? Oh, it doesn't. Okay. It does make it that you're not taking like any damage from burn though. But the hardest part is gonna be dealing with Bronzor. I think it's definitely been 2 minutes, so let me start the timer. Oh, I got so scared that I wasn't recording, but I am. I'm actually not sure what the lead here. The Bronzor is the like biggest threat for sure, but obviously Lullaby is something that you always need to be wary of. Part of me wants to just lead. I think Starry is my best lead here. But yeah, Bronzor is gonna be the hardest part. If it's Calm Mind Bronzor, then I think we just straight up lose, but we'll see. Lullaby. Okay, I am pure water. There's a world where I toxic this thing, but I do think that is he staying in is the question. He could swap. Actually, I think I'm gonna toxic. If he nasty plots, then how much damage am I taking after? I still don't die, so I think I'll toxic here. It covers for Hippopotas switching in, which is what I'm mostly afraid of. And like, I don't want to trigger weak armor unless I can trigger it with a big attack. I do have a Scarfed Snover as well to deal with this if it nasty plots here, and then he stays in and it takes. Let's see if it's a U-turn. Oh, interesting. Okay, so it's not a nasty plot set then. Getting toxic on that, it's not too bad. But yeah, I expect the Bronzor to be Levitate, especially like given the rest of the team, but it could also be Heat Burn. The scary thing is obviously Timber. If it's Guts, I have a lot of like status here. And that's also like good thing about a lot of these mods, like they're very flexible. Like Timber is really good with Guts. Timber is also really good with Iron Fist. Given his team doesn't really mind getting burned for the most part. Yeah, there's the scariest Mon. And now here's the thing: if this thing is Calm Mind, like this will be extremely hard to break through. But I do need to, like I said, my best bet of dealing with this thing is still gonna be burning it. So there's the burn immediately. It is the Calm Mindset. Okay. He's not heat proof, so he is Levitate. That's good to know. Now then, the thing here is that some of these are rest sleep talk. But I don't know if he is that yet, which is the scary thing. I don't think, actually, do I need Ghastly is what I'm wondering. I don't really want to just switch and eat a Psychic though. So I'll find out another Scald. Just because if it's the Rest Sleep Talk set, then those usually are running only Psychic, which means that I can then beat it with Poniard. The issue is that my Poniard is Sucker Punch. There's Flash. Okay, he does have Flash Cannon. Okay, so it's Calm Mind, Flash Cannon, Psychic, and does this thing get Recover? He's Eviolite, and he's not. I'm not killing him with a. Can I go for Thunderbolt? I think I'll Recover. It's the safest option because I want to see what he has. His Rest. Is he Rest Sleep Talk, I wonder, actually? Calm Mind, Flash Cannon, Rest Sleep Talk is something that he definitely could be. How much do I do this thing with Ghastly Shadow Ball? Not that much. The drop would be good to get, though. Let me see if he Sleep Talk. Ghastly is a pretty good switch into anything he goes here, even if he switches, so I don't mind that too much. Let's see. Okay. Lileaf, what do you do is the question here. I think this thing just wants to set up rocks. I won't predict anything. I'll just click Hidden Power Fighting here, because even if he goes into something like Frillish, I'm kind of chilling. Him switching out though makes me think that he is probably Psychic on the last move. Bronzor is really bulky, so wait, has it had the speed modifiers before? I don't think it has. Am I crazy? That's a lucky crit. Definitely mattered, obviously. That's a very lucky crit. Obviously, Light Leap is not a, like, it's probably the easiest thing for my team to deal with, but still, like, getting Animon down is really big. That's lucky. Obviously, if I get to pick, I'd rather take the crit into anything else except this, but I don't mind this. You know, though, I think the worst thing for me would be if he brings out Hippotas. Okay. Now we get to see if it is, because this thing has no sleep turns. My biggest play is to go for the special defense drop. Let's see if he sleep talk. Dude, I'm getting so lucky. Is it sleep talk? It is. Okay. He could go into Lullaby. Yeah, I think that's it. Fair. Let's drop. It's huge. Oh, it just left. Yeah, that's fair, because, like, I think I hear just click Thunderbolt, and I have, like, obviously a lot of, like, other crazy shit, so that's very fair. 2 hacks in a row is also crazy. Okay, so now I'm expecting to definitely see Poniard here. Oh, he's not running Poniard. Interesting. I guess there are, like, multiple fighting here. Drillbur is very scary. It's, like, very similar to mine, but obviously him having Snover is really big. Salspark doesn't do much because he has Staryu, unfortunately. I need something to match the Snover lead, but also to be able to do other stuff as well. After I get rid of Natu, like, Timber can kind of just take over. How much am I taking from Snover's Blizzard? Not that much. The scary thing here is if I go this thing and he leads Mienfoo, like, that's the scary part. I think my biggest is, do I just go this? The issue is that I just explode the Giga Drain. Would he lead Natu into me? If he leads Natu and I give him a I don't think he's leading Natu. Okay. Okay, we have permanent hail. Now he doesn't have a ghost type, which is why this is, like, pretty chill. The thing is that I don't think anything he has can Oko me. I'll bulk up. This might be risky, but I think I'm okay. Because then I can click Drain Punch on anything else and Payback on Natu. The issue is that if I'm just trading this for Natu, okay, Natu is in. Now, the thing here is, I do a lot to this thing, but I don't kill it. Is it still worth it? Obviously, if I just, if he just moves this thing, just kills him straight up. But then I let him come in for free with probably Mienfoo. Is it worth it? I think it is. The issue is that I'm taking... Oh, well, he's just dead. That is very ambitious. I guess he just expected me to switch out. I think we just win now, right? He needs to go for a Blizzard Freeze or he just loses. Yeah. Well, he got it. He had a 10% chance to not lose the game. If I thaw out, I still win, but... Okay. I think I'm fine now. Actually, no. I definitely... Do I die? Porygon, this thing doesn't kill me, right? Surely not. Don't burn me? Actually, wait, I'm Guts. If I get burned, I actually destroy him. Actually, yeah, okay. Please burn me. Please burn me. Thank you. It didn't guaranteed kill if I didn't get burned. Now I die to anything he clicks though, but if he goes in, if he misses high jump kick, like he could still explode. There's a world where I just take chip from Mach Punch though, which is like guaranteed chip. I still have like good stuff into everything he has. I think I'd rather go for the guaranteed chip. Oh yeah, Gen 5, I die. Okay, that's fine though. He doesn't have fake out now, so he kind of needs to. He could have knock though, is the thing. How much am I taking if I go into my bird and just click nasty plot? I'm taking like nothing. I would speed this thing after a weak armor hit, so I think unless Drillbur is carved, like nasty plot should be guaranteed dub here. I don't really need this for a lot of stuff either. Like obviously having this for this is nice, but I also have Diglett here in the back. Maybe this is a throw, but he does go for you. He does get a crit, which is big. I don't think I Oko Drillbur still. Actually, do I? There is a chance. I do not do anything he clicks though. What if he goes back into Mienfoo though? I never kill. It's a 20% chance to flinch. This is more chance to flinch. It has a 5% chance to miss though. But I still think like this is bigger value because it's honestly very like he could go back into Mienfoo. I don't think it doesn't make sense. Do I just rather take the chip? I think I take the chip. Yeah, he doesn't kill me with Rock Slide, but we do get that. He doesn't die to Hail next turn. This thing is faster than everything except for Diglett. I think Diglett is just a... Yeah, Diglett, I killed this thing for free. I'll go Diglett here. I'd rather not make it a guessing game. There's a world where I Memento on the Mienfoo, but I definitely navigated the end game like pretty poorly, but I do still have this thing that can just click Psychic. I am faster than Mienfoo, so I can't go for chip. I need to bring stuff in safely though, so he doesn't want to. No, he doesn't. Because I was gonna say like, does he want to U-turn? But I don't think he wants to U-turn here. But the thing is like, if he fake outs and I switch on, I'm still getting Hail chip. I'm staying in. I don't mind taking the fake out because I should die to everything like afterwards. Yeah, I'm fine with this. If I get to bring in Tortoga on Porygon safely and just click Shell Smash, I should be fine. But I do think Earthquake is Earthquake better than Toxic? Is what I'm wondering. I think it is. I get the chip. He does hit the high jump kick. That's fine. And now I bring in this guy. He's gonna switch, but I'm still like staying in because I can just U-turn out on the Porygon because I can't go for reads here. This is an obvious switch, but I can't go for reads. There is a world where I Calm Mind on this thing, but I don't want to. Well, he can Toxic me, but he could be running because what I was wondering first was to run Tri-Attack and Thunderbolt instead of Tri-Attack Psychic. So just in case he's that, like I think it makes more sense for me to just do this and go into my own Porygon, because I'm very specially defensive. We magic bounce, but nothing happens there. He does get paralyzed. I can't toxic this thing now, which is obviously a little neat. Yeah. But yeah, I'm definitely glad I did that now, because obviously it's huge. Oh, he left and he didn't even forfeit. That's one thing that I think is so annoying, that Jeexx. The fact that he leaves and doesn't click the forfeit. This guy is a piece of shit, man. But yeah, because here, I mean, it depends on what he is. I'm just gonna be clicking try attack like permanently here. But if he's recover, yeah, but but I'm not happy with how I navigated the end game in this one. Actually wonder, I think actually in this mirror, like, you would be better just clicking Psychic, because you're wishing for the special defense drop. Like, obviously if he gets parried, then it's an immediate, you know, you just win. But I'm not happy with how I navigated the end game. Like, you could see there, like, why Mienfoo is like the greatest Lil Cup Pokemon of all time though. But I assume he's not coming back, so let me mute the music for now, and let me deafen. I assume you're not coming back?
No.
Okay. Yeah,
Why
you need to forfeit and not just leave, man. Asshole.
Why would I? Like, the game is over.
Yeah, but it's like, you know, I know, unless you fucking forfeit, so I don't know if you're trying to slide me out. But yeah, it is over, obviously. I'll be honest. There was a 1% me that just expected the Thunderwave stuff to be they permanently just bounce the Thunderwave between them. I don't know why.
I was expecting it to just fail.
Yeah, that's what
because I think
figured
that makes
that
the most sense.
But honestly, I think like you getting paralyzed would have been better in this scenario than getting toxic, because at least like, I mean, there's a 25% chance obviously, but like my set is try attack, psychic, toxic, and recover. So like you being paralyzed means that I can't status you, which means that then I'm gonna be fishing for psychic Spadef drops. I mean, neither of us can ever kill the other one, but, and I do have like, if I lose this and then I get to bring back the Turtoga for free. It's a Shell Smash Turtoga, so obviously on this thing I can Shell Smash for free. Assuming you're not Thunderbolt. Are you Thunderbolt?
Remember.
Oh, sorry?
It's try attack T-Wave.
Okay, gotcha. So it's,
Try attack T-Wave and recover and then something.
Okay. Yeah, because the like
Psychic.
because I was contemplating between Psychic and Thunderbolt, because Psychic is obviously for Timber and Mienfoo, and Thunderbolt is for Vullaby and any of the other like flyers. Like Natu is really good, and this was also like when I was in this team, like I was kind of worried for opposing Turtoga, because I'm really weak to Turtoga with this team if you get a Shell Smash off. So that was what I was contemplating between, but ultimately it ended up being like, I just don't want to solo lose to Mienfoo, which is almost what happened, because I navigated the like end game not great. But it just shows how good Mienfoo is.
Regenerator on a U-turn mon that does decent damage seems filthy, on top of having Psycho.
Yeah, it just, I also think like Mienfoo is also one of those things which like, it's kind of also a sold set, which like you're so bulky with Eviolite, and you have Regenerator Fake Out U-turn, which is just constantly adding chip in a format where most mons are not running leftovers, because Eviolite in 99% of scenarios is just better. So you are getting chip that is gonna stick, and then you have just a really strong really strong stab move, and then the final move slot can be whatever, and like usually you can just throw in knockoff. They're like, okay, wait, they have leftovers, so I can knock it off, and now I can constantly do the chip. Like, it's just, I think, like, this is probably the greatest Lillicup Pokemon to ever exist, even to this date, I think.
I think Regenerator on top of U-turn fake out is by far the thing that makes it the most broken in the sense that no other Mon that I can think of gets to do offense while they're doing defense.
Yep.
Right.
Regenerator
in
is
Lillicup
broken.
at least.
Yeah. I mean, it's
like even when
bad
Slowbro got like teleport as a pivoting move and a slow pivoting move and had Regenerator, it was insane with that.
Yep.
So it just feels like you should never give actual pivoting moves to Mons that have Regenerator, or at least useful pivoting moves. Like, Baton Pass is one thing that gets shot every time.
Yeah.
Interestingly, Berry Juice is apparently banned in this format.
Yeah.
Which is surprising, because Citrus Berry was not banned in Gen 3 and Gen 2.
Yeah, I mean, Gen 3 was the first Lillicup, so it was just degenerate, and then afterwards they realized, like, oh, yeah, this shit doesn't make sense. So, if Bear Juice was not banned, tell me, how do you deal with Bronzor if it has Calm Mind, Flash Cannon, Psychic, and Recycle, and it's recycling Bear Juice?
Oh yeah, that's why they banned it, because it was legal in Gen 4.
It is literally
right.
It is literally because of one Pokemon that is banned. Yeah. Like, Recycle Bronzor, there is nothing that deals with it.
Wait, with the current ban list, knockoff is 20 BP. Wait, what?
Yeah, knockoff gets bumped up to 65 in Gen 6.
I was thinking for some reason, wait, what do you mean knockoff is 20 PP? But no, it's PP, not PP,
yeah. But yeah,
the Smogon for this was filled with a lot of cool stuff and a lot of interesting insights into the format.
Oh, some post?
And no, because if you go on Smogon, right? If you go on Smogon metagames, you can find all of these things for Smogon, like previous generations and stuff. You can look into these. So,
previous Gen Lillicup?
Yeah, Lillicup, and then Lillicup past gens has ORAS, DPP, Soul Silver, SS. I don't know what that is.
Oh, wait, this is cool.
Yeah, this is the stuff that I refer to whenever I'm like, I have no fucking clue what the fuck is going on. What do people do?
They not sampled it. Wait, this is okay. This is really useful. Actually, having sample teams.
Like, if you look at this, the Snover team that is here.
Mm-hmm.
That's the Scarf Snover team. That's the one that I was running, and then I was running the second one, but because there's overlap with Natu, I switched the Natu to Vullaby on the second team.
Yeah, gotcha.
Because I was like, oh, that's cool, having two weather setters in Lillicup. I wonder how effective that's gonna be, and then I fucking crashed out in the first game because I just got completely shit on by Hidden Power Ice.
It was HP fighting, actually. Because if you look at my team, but Ghastly and Abra both died to Sucker Punch immediately, which is why my Abra is actually Focus Sash. So I just, like, Ponyard just absolutely rolls my shit. So I needed something to deal with it. So I think I have a two... I'm literally Hidden Power fighting on both Abra and Ghastly, and it's only for Ponyard. Like, literally for one Mon. Which you didn't even end up running. Which is understandable because so many good fighting types, obviously.
Wait. What the fuck? What did you have on the Ghastly?
It's Shadow Ball, Sludge Bomb, Thunderbolt, Hidden Power Fighting, but I'm Life Orb. I'm not Eviolite. It's 64% to... At least my... Actually, let me see. Because I saw the calc. The calc was... Put this back to... 100%, because I think I did see that it doesn't let me put it. 64% is max that it does, but I don't know, did you have like a non-beneficial nature or something? Because
I have defense up.
Interesting.
I'm max defense.
Because even the calc says that actually, wait, if I... never mind. Crit is 104% to 124%. Yeah, I was
that
looking at the
explains.
calc
Yeah,
wrong.
okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh
'Cause
yeah,
I
because
was
it's
confused.
Gen
Like, wait,
5
would you
crits,
crit?
so there's still double damage. I
Yeah,
forgot.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes more sense. Because I'm like, because like the leap was full like investment for defense, and then has not max HP but almost max HP. But it should
Mm.
be able to take one according to the calc. But yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I was
But
also
then
thinking of the like more modern, like the 1.5 times crit damage, but I forgot Gen 5 crits are still double damage. So yeah.
I keep I keep thinking that rock is weak to ice.
Oh yeah.
So the reason why I said hidden power
Imagine
ice was
for
because if it's
fucking
hidden
God.
power ice and it's like weak to ice, then it makes sense.
Yeah,
But
HPIs is to be fair, like HPIs is obviously the most common hidden power, but like it doesn't do much in Lillicup. Because I mean, if you obviously it's good into all the flyers, but because Ghastly learns Thunderbolt, I figured that I need the fighting anyway. But yeah, I literally had 2 hidden power fightings for specifically Poniard. So you probably figured it out, but last time when I was talking about like the 4 horsemen of Lillicup that Gen 5 introduces are Mienfu, Poniard, Volabai, and Timber. Obviously, Mienfu being the like absolute king, Volabai being a pretty close second, and then Timber and Poniard are a little after that. But those are like the 4, probably the 4 best Pokemon in like Lillicup at this point, like just straight up, which
isn't it
is
interesting how when you make Larvitar a pure fighting type, it's suddenly good?
yep. And it's just
It's
like
kind of crazy.
the thing about that I was also saying about Timber, where is like it's also somewhat flexible in the way where both Guts and Iron Fist are really good abilities. I elected to go for Guts because obviously I don't want to get burnt on basically any of my mons, which is also why I'm special on Volabai. So
Yes,
ultimately, it was
yeah.
like I don't want to get burned by anything because Porygon, obviously the chip hurts because it's still Gen 5 burn. Titoga and Diglett are physical attackers, and Volabai has a way harder time setting up if I'm burned. So I wanted a burn absorber, which is ultimately why I went for Guts over Iron Fist. But it's also nice because it ended up paying off in the Skull Burn because the second Drain Punch on the Starmie was a roll. It was a very favorable roll. It was still like I think like 80% to KO, but after Guts boost, it was guaranteed. So ends up avoiding some RNG, but mostly it was obviously there because Gen 5 you want to burn stuff. Scald is obviously really broken, and I didn't want to get burned on my team.
No.
But yeah, that's about it. Now I do remember though the names, which we forgot
Oh,
about last time, and you were devastated.
my names are just because I had Snover in my team,
Yep.
and I was like, Snover looks like a spruce tree. Okay, I'm gonna name my shit after like trees again. I did this ages ago, but then I realized, wait, I have a better idea. I have a starfish here, and I know that there is a collectible material in FF14 that is a starfish. So I named everything after collectible items in FF14 that uses materials for crafting.
Gotcha. Is it for both of those?
Yes, I ended up making it for both because I was looking at Hippopotas and I was like, that's Hippopoto.
I didn't see Hippopotas, Timber, or Phyllis ever hit the field. So what were their names?
Hippopotas was Popoto. Timber was Santique logs because it's carrying like a
Mm-hmm.
log. And then Jelly Umbrella was Frillish because there's a jellyfish umbrella thing that you get by killing certain mobs, which is also
Gotcha.
used for crafting.
You obviously only saw 2 of my mons there, but
One Piece and Kuroko no Baskin.
yep.
And then Beyond the Bounds, I don't remember the other ones.
Yeah, it was the first team was anime with multiple seasons or large arcs, which is
Oh,
why
yes.
One Piece is there, and the other one is favorite anime with only 1 season.
Oh, I see. I see.
I
So
would have
favorite
probably
anime that were robbed.
sorry.
Favorite anime that were robbed in
Yeah.
favor of more vending machine isekai.
It's true, but yeah, the actually no, not who did hit the field. Yeah, all of them did hit the field. Alchemical, Cyberpunk, Eternal, Electric Trickle, Black Lagoon, Toradora, and beyond the boundary. But now it's beyond bounds. But that would if we had watched more 4 more episodes of Spice and Wolf, that would probably be the name of our Diglett over here. And the other one was Snover was called Grisaya because the tree of Grisaya, and it's a tree. Yippee! One Piece Star you can find it in the ocean. Attack on Titan because Mianfu is the Titan of this.
Okay.
And then after that, it was like, okay, Ghastly's a ball, so it's called Kuroko's basket. But after that, I was just like, what kind of semblance can I put for Ponyard or Abra? And then it was just like, okay, Haikyuu and fucking Food Wars. Yippee.
You could have put March Comes In Like a Lion.
Yeah, I've never watched a single minute of that show. So it's probably not gonna be
and
my
then
favorite
for
anime.
what was the last one? It was Poniard and
Abra.
Abra.
Abra just Haikyuu because he's Japanese and
IQ.
he's saying Haikyuus.
He's got high IQ and
Wait,
high-
you're
high
so
IQ,
right.
yeah.
His IQ is so high that he has Thunder Wave with Focus Sash instead of a setup move because the idea was with Abra for stuff like Ponyard or something was I needed a move to play Sucker Punch mind games with, but also Thunder Wave was there, so I can Thunder Wave something, and then there is a 25% chance that instead of the Mianfu, when the Mianfu comes in, I Thunder Wave it, and instead of the Mianfu faking me out, there's a chance that it gets paralyzed instead that I get to click Psychic on it.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, mostly it was just I
were you
wanted
not
to.
running Inner Focus?
Sorry?
Were you? Oh, because you were running Focus Sash. Obviously, we were running.
Yeah, I Focus Sash with Magic Card because I actually thought that obviously with Ponyard and Tortoga and Bronzor, all 3 being really good in this tier, and I think all of 3 can like feasibly run Stealth Rock. I didn't want my Focus Sash broken by Stealth Rock, and another part was what you already alluded to, which is like this is like a D1 instance of Little Cup where weather is actually pretty good, and sand and hail are the best weathers actually. Mostly because there are no good Mons that set sun or rain.
Yeah.
And Hippopotas and Snover are both really good. Snover being the best one out of the bunch. So I didn't want my Abra Sash broken by a weather. So that's why I ended up going for a Magic Guard.
That tracks.
Which is also why I had a bunch of like anti Mianfu stuff here, because obviously Mianfu's fake out is scary. But that's also
hating on my Mianfu. I can't believe it.
I can't believe you would prep your team for the undisputed best Pokemon in the format.
That's kind of cringe, don't you think? It's like choosing to take your team for anti-Caesar tech, you know? Considering that he's the most used Pokemon, you know? That would be cringe, you know?
That would be crazy.
How could you?
But you know what this means?
Monotype is next.
I am so excited.
Well, dude, I'm gonna be a poison type Elite Four member.
Oh my god, it's the poison type Elite Four member.
Dude, I think are there any mirrors that are as dog shit in theory as a poison type mirror matchup?
I'm trying to think. I mean, in Gen 5 it would be after Generation 7 with both of us having Toxapex. Yeah, I don't think anyone that's the Venom mirror just in Pokemon form.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking too. That it's exactly the same as the Venom mirror where we both just fucking pull up and can't do shit to each other. Because our strategies kind of just boil down to I gotta click Psychic on you or I gotta get ground moves on you. But every time I want to click my actual moves, they just don't do anything.
Okay, but what's the coolest mirror? And I think there are 2 correct answers for this.
I think a non-sun mirror with fire Mons is actually really cool because of the fact that you can have immunity to fire on certain Mons, but also have coverage moves for those Mons pretty easily. And also, a lot of the fire type Mons that exist in the game, not right now, obviously, but like later down the line are just really cool to use. Like I think Blaziken with speed boost is really cracked, but as a whole, like Heatran is really cool. Heatran is obviously the perfect example of a Pokemon that has Flash Fire that like negates its full weakness to Fire Mons with it. But and then you have stuff like that could be running ground moves like Emboar's Fire Ground or Firefighting.
Firefighting.
Okay, I keep thinking about Volt White or Renegade Black. I don't know which one it is, but they made it Fire Ground, and I think that's the coolest shit that they've ever done in any Pokemon mod ever. And I think that they should definitely just change Emboar's typing to Fire Ground.
Okay, as the president of Firefighting Fan Club, the slander is not deserved, and firefighting is one of the coolest type combinations in the game, which is why they keep giving it to a bunch of firefighters.
Do you think it's the coolest typing in the game after you have your 17? It's like the fucking Sheen meme from Jimmy Neutron, where he's coming in, and this is my firefighting starter. And this is the 17th time he's brought into the fucking class, bro.
See, the thing is, why do people or games or something keep doing the same thing? Because it works. Because it's cool.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, I do still think
it's
this one of the cooler type combinations.
This argument falls apart because once I tell you that Kingdom Hearts is a franchise that works because it's cool, it doesn't work anymore.
Okay, but why is it cool though?
Because it's cool because of the fact that it combines aspects of different franchises and connects them into an entire whole and wraps the story into a nice little bow that's a complete nonsensical fucking dog shit. And they keep doing it because it works.
That's awesome. I mean, I'm happy for the people who like Kingdom Hearts.
Am I happy for the people that like firefighting? Maybe.
That's the thing about us, where I have a glee and joy of life, and I see the good in people and things, and I wish nothing but the best for everybody. You're a spiteful man.
Actually, I like firefighting when it's not on a Pokemon that has Blaze. Because I think Blaze is kind of shit. And it's super fucking boring. Speed boost. Libero is a non-firefighting that's a pure fire, right? But Monferno? Infernape? What was their second ability? Is it Iron Fist?
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's cool. Like, legitimately, if you just change it from be like, yeah, I have a fire type boosting move, it becomes fucking cringe. Like, bro, just be a pure fire type at that point. You suck! And then, yeah. But if you have anything that works with it, it becomes an actually interesting dynamic where, for example, Blaziken obviously with speed boost becomes a fucking monster where you just click on shit, and when you just click protect, and there's another Blaziken, you fucking close combat, you just... Yeah.
Also, the right answer, by the way, is Dragon and Rock. Dragon, because obviously then both of you are hitting each other for just super effective damage constantly. And Rock, because how the fuck did both of us pull up with Rock in monotype?
I mean, I like Crocs.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
I like trains. But yeah.
Well, no. But yeah, I do agree. I think Dragon is a bit iffy, but at least it's like super volatile. It's like you're both throwing out haymakers the whole time, and then I think with Rock, the thing that would be kind of boring is just the fact that if you're playing T-Tar is just kind of super boring.
If you're playing T-Tar, guys, I think for my Rock monotype team, I'm gonna put in the only good Rock type they've ever made in like 70 years.
See, that's the thing that's kind of annoying, because it's like, well, if you're pulling up into a mirror and it's just, oh, you both have T-Tar, well, cool, I guess.
That's the thing about mirrors, they're always ass.
Yeah, exactly. Like, if it was a mirror that didn't involve Sandstorm, it didn't involve Sandstorm, I think it would be legitimately really interesting. But I think just T-Tar, I mean, I guess T-Tar has the move pool thing where it can make it interesting purely based off of the move pool. But Sandstorm/Sandstream and the buff as a whole just kind of, I think, drags down the Rock mirror a bit.
You can pull up with Blizzard Tyranitar.
Yeah. Is Blizzard 50% in Sand or?
Yes. That's what made the Champions clip. That's what made the Champions clip so much funnier.
Dude, that's so fucked up.
Me when I mega evolve my Tyranitar, click Blizzard that hits both and freezes both. It's like, dude, I think you should be put into prison for that.
Man. Absolutely heinous.
Anywho, what are you decided on the types you're playing?
Not yet. Mostly because the fact that
We have the future generation lockout. That's the hard part there.
I think I want to play Bug,
That's cool.
but then again, like, because Volcarona is out in this gen, but
Yep.
later on we get like Araquanid.
Yeah, I mean, dude, Araquanid is the goat.
Yeah, and that's
I
like,
like
I'm not,
Araquanid a lot too. It's also really good because you can do obviously dedicate lead with sticky web as well. Because
I-
99% of the time you want to be clicking liquidation anyway because you have 17 different multipliers for it. So it's like, hey, by the way, my resisted liquidation does more damage than anything else I can click because water bubble is just like top 5 most broken abilities in the entire game.
yeah. I think that is is an argument for why I don't want to play Bug right now, even though I want to play Volcarona because I never got to play Volcarona this gen. So it'll be around still.
Yeah, that's true. And there's still like there are gonna be more types than monotypes that we're doing, so it's like the pool is gonna be smaller, but it's still gonna be you always have options, which I think is why I think it's kind of cool because this also limits it to because I'll be fully transparent. If we didn't do this, I think like 9 out of 10 times one of my teams I would be pulling up with is steel. So
Yeah.
this also makes it that there's more creativity. What do I actually want to do? And in a way, it's also a reason to look in the future a little bit, like okay, what's actually happening in the future generation, which I think is also neat. So I'm happy we have this going. I have 3 teams, and I essentially just need to decide what two am I playing out of those. But I'll decide them in the next like couple days because I'm obviously just making the team breakdowns once again like early next week. So then at that point I'll know for sure. But I've limited to a final 3, and now I'm basically all of them are stuff that would be really cool in the future as well. And I'm trying to simultaneously build my future monotype teams, and then hopefully there I'll arrive with like okay, this thing edges it out over these two. So I think I'll withhold from playing this for now.
I think that's her. I obviously am not as keenly aware of everything that comes out later, but I'm probably just gonna play whatever I think sounds coolest at the moment. One of those being the only Ubersmon in the format.
Let's
I'm
go.
gonna play Ice, methinks.
Let's go.
Yeah, I'm gonna cheese shit. Let's go. This is a bait. You're gonna fall for the bait, and you're gonna think I'm gonna rock out with Ice, and it's gonna
It's
be the
true.
greatest thing ever.
One of the teams that I'm thinking of is flying and the other is ground. So now I actually chalk both of those and pull up with steel and fighting.
Oh, that would actually be fucking awful if I happen to just pick Ice into the 2 things that are actually weak to ice other than grass, pretty much.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
clicking
also,
Icicle Spear.
that's also why I think like it's kind of cool considering that we're doing 2 teams and both of those are locked out because it's also like you need to consider that because it's not for this generation, but it's because like I said, like I'm also planning for a future generation. One of those generations, it was actually was it 7 or 6? I want to say it was 7 or 6. Might have been 8 actually, but it was one of like it was not Scarlet and Violet, and it was another of the future generations where it was like, oh, these 2 teams are actually really cool, and then afterwards I'm like, oh yeah, but if he pulls up with this one type, neither of my teams can beat that type. So that's kind of the cool thing where it's like you're also trying to figure out like what actually should I pair with each other so it makes for a good mix-up where it's like if one of my teams loses to this type, then maybe I can beat it with the other one and then I'll have a fresh chance into the other one. Which is also why I think like monotype, especially for us, like is really cool. Like I like the format in general and already looking forward to it because of that, but because we have the extra layers because of the limitations of our series, I think like it's gonna be even cooler. I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'm fairly excited too.
But yeah,
Curious to see how this goes. I've decided I'm gonna play Poison as one of my
cool.
teams next week. Just as a heads up.
I
I
mean,
hope I don't roll that into the fucking ground team because I'm gonna cry.
yeah, but I mean, like I said, I have my three. I promise you, whatever you do is not gonna be the one that decides. It's ultimately like, what do I think is cooler in the future? So don't worry, I will not be counter picking. You just, I'm gonna be so that ass. I don't think poison is one of those types where it's like, okay, I really need to counter pick this shit.
No, you just give a fast mon psychic and 90% of the team just fucking pop us over.
Yep.
It's so sad.
And like there are good poison types at this point, but there like there's not shit like Sneasler or Naganadel. So it's not like it's like, oh yeah, this type just has the fastest ones in the format that explode everything, and if they don't, like they status you and then you just lose.
Dude, I was gonna say, yeah, like Gliscor, and then I remembered.
Ah, yes, my favorite poison type, Gliscor.
I fucking hate this. Why can't it just be poison type?
Funny thing is that, like, if you're considering for stall, like, Gliscor is actually, like, the one mon that I would actually like to be poison type. Because, like, if it was poison flying instead of flying ground, like, for specifically stall Gliscor, that would be way better.
But then it doesn't have the electric immunity, which makes it worse in terms of actual switching potential.
Yeah, I mean, worse for literally everything else except for trying to run the specific stall set. Because it's just more weaknesses, but yeah. Gliscor is a very cool Pokemon. I think, like, ground flying in general is just a really cool typing. Like, as much of a freak of nature Lando both forms are, I think Lando is pretty cool. I think the Jeexx, I think I've talked about this in the past. I actually think I talked about this when we actually played OU for this generation. I actually like the Jeexx a lot. Which I'm sure we'll be seeing a lot since after Monotype, we have the 3 years of VGC for.
Surely we won't see anything of the sort, huh?
I mean, for those my teams are ready, and I assure you already, we will be seeing the Jeexx.
Nah.
Turns out they're really good.
The Jeexx are good? Question mark, exclamation point.
Yeah, but yeah, we've gapped for a long time. I think we can wrap it up. Any last thoughts on Gen 5 Level Cup or anything else?
Fucking Timber, the way that I crashed out or something.
Nice. Anywho, thank you so very much, y'all, for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. We'll see you next time for Monotype for Generation 5, and then we're closing in on the end of Gen 5 with obviously the 3 VGC Worlds formats. So we'll see you then. Have a great rest of the day, and peace.